flow. My name is Lauren, and in today's video I'm just going to basically be talking about what you probably could expect at 1 month. If you haven't already, definitely make sure to go ahead and smash the subscribe button and click on the bell notification so you are notified whenever I do put out new content. And yes, I'm going to be talking about everything I've experienced in the last month up until this point. Baby is about a month old. I'm saying about a month old. He is a month old and some change. And I basically want to just talk about all of his milestones. Physical movement. So one of the big things that I noticed with Deuce, he is tracking movement like crazy. Even whenever he was first born, he was like, I'm not letting you out of my sight. He was moving his head from side to side, and I was just like, yay, little baby milestone. So at this point, we're doing tummy time. He's able to kind of hold his arms in front of him and kind of lift up at certain points. Now he's not holding himself up, and it's not, you know, for a super long period of time, but I am happy that he's moving his head from side to side. He's definitely starting to make baby coos, y'all. He's cooing. That means he's gonna be saying mom very soon. Look, I'm holding out hope he's gonna say mama first. So hopefully all of you out there are well. Definitely let me know in the comments box below how you are doing, and if your babe has hit the milestone mark for the first month, let me know what milestones they have also achieved. Deuce is making those jerky movements, and it was happening earlier in the first few weeks of his life. My husband and I were at the pediatrician, and she was saying that's what you basically want to look for whenever baby is growing. That's a mini milestone, and he was making these sporadic movements, and I was just like, is that okay? Is he supposed to be doing it like that? Yes, baby's gonna be throwing, their hands around, and they're gonna try over time to, manage them more. But those jerky movements is one of the little mini milestones that you definitely want to look out for. Another mini milestone for our babe are the kicks. Now, the first few weeks of life, you're gonna see those little reflexive like kicks. Now he's doing the controlled kicks. Another milestone that your babe might also exhibit is the clenched fist. Now, my babe always has his fist clenched. It's just one of those things that they're gonna do. You may notice when your baby is eating, they'll definitely loosen them up, and that is a clear indication that they are full. So clenched fists to open palms, you'll notice that when they're eating, but most of the time baby's fists are going to be tightly closed. Let me know if you're allowing your babe to suck on their finger, on their thumb. I know with COVID going around right now and everything that I've experienced in the weeks past, I'm like, oh no. We're definitely trying to avoid that, even though, like I said, it is a method of self-soothing. And crying is another form of communication for baby, because obviously they can't form words yet. But no, he nicked his nose and he let out a huge wail, and I told Jay, I was just like, ooh, it sounds like that's a different cry. I was like, that's definitely not a hungry cry. That's definitely not I soiled my diaper cry. And what do you know, he nicked his nose. So that's another thing. I'm not cutting babe's nails. With Lola, she was very calm, very chill, really relaxed. He not so much. You touch his hand, he's jerking back. Even in his sleep, his reflexes are on 10. So I'm just using those emery boards, and even with that, his nails are kind of like really sharp. So I have been sticking to mitting him up at night, and especially like when he's sleeping and stuff. So yeah, that was really big with the physical milestones. So the next thing I want to talk about is Cradle Cap. Now, generally around 1 month and month 2, you may notice something on your babe's skin. Every babe is different. I noticed with Deuce, his Cradle Cap is very mild, and let me tell you what I used to treat it. Now, there's all these videos out there. There's so many different methods of, trying to treat Cradle Cap. Some people don't even try and treat it at all. Some people just kind of leave it alone and let it just go away, and that's fine. But y'all, let me tell you, the method that I'm using may seem a little taboo, but I'm telling you, it works, and it works very well. Breast milk. Now, I call it the breast milk facial. I don't put it in his hair because it's like I said, it's very mild. It's not even like a lot, so I'm like letting it kind of do its own thing. He has natural oils. I just kind of like massage his scalp and loosen it a little bit, let it soften up, but it's basically dissipated all the way. Now with his face, he does have like little splotches, and it's not so much Cradle Cap, it's just kind of like fine bumps. But I've been using 100% breast milk. I'll put it like on one of his bath cloths, and I'll kind of, instead of like rubbing it into his skin, I don't want to irritate or flake up anything. I'll just kind of like dab it all over his skin and let it just kind of sit for a while. I'm telling you, within minutes, you will be able to see it clear up. So if you've tried it already, definitely let me know in the comments box below if it's worked for you. He was born. My OB notified me upon arrival that typically mom has the surgery day 1, day 2, then they, you know, do the circumcision. Day 2 came and she checked babe out, but she did notice something that she, you know, that was cause for concern for her. Not so much in a bad way, she just didn't want to move forward with the circumcision and cause additional, you know, situations. So I was just like kind of dumbfounded because, you know, obviously I was prepping my mind mentally just for that, because we have a girl, didn't have that, you know, have to, you know, go through that at all. So I was just kind of like mentally trying to, you know, build myself up, because, you know, who wants to see their baby in any type of discomfort, right? Well, our baby has a lower hole, and my OB's recommendation was to see a urologist. So we just recently went to the urologist for the first ever consult, once she gets him, you know, down. And that was just another thing for me, because I was just like, oh my gosh, my baby has to go under anesthesia, you know, because he's so tiny. Like, it was a whole thing. So anywho's, he's gonna definitely get looked at, but she's thinking 80-20, that it's gonna be more of a circumcision, less of a hypospadia situation. But if any of you mommies had anything similar as it relates to circumcising and, you know, having it, you know, be corrected, definitely let me know how you dealt with it. How did it work out for you guys? I know for us, his urologist said it's gonna be an outpatient procedure. So I think like an hour or a few hours after he gets his corrective surgery or his hypospadia, just based on, you know, what she sees, he's coming home. So I know that's going to be a whole nother thing I'll talk to you guys about once we get closer to that. We can't get that done right now because he's so tiny. Putting the baby under, they want to make sure that he's old enough and his body's able to kind of like, you know, just, you know, go with the meds. So the urologist recommend that she see him when he turns about 8 months. So we're going to be going back in January for that. So wish your girl luck. Growth and development. Now, when he was born at 6 pounds 9 ounces and 19 inches long. And don't put too much pressure on yourselves, new mommies out there. Just know whenever your baby is first born, especially within the first few days, the weight might fluctuate. So if you have a scale and you're weighing your baby, don't go too hard. I know we didn't, and whenever we went for his first visit, he was down 5 ounces, but like I said, no reason for concern. Went a little. When we went back for his 1 month visit on June 16th, he basically went up. He went from being 6 pounds to being 8 pounds 12 ounces and I believe 21 inches long. So he's definitely growing. One thing they recommend, and one thing I recommend to you mommies out there who especially mommies out there who are exclusively breastfeeding, get some vitamin D drops and get those babies you know, growing and thriving. When we went to the urologist maybe a week later, he had already gained another pound. So he's 9 pounds when we last got him weighed anyway. He was 9 pounds 17 ounces and 21¼ inches long. So yay, baby's growing fine. I can't wait to get him back into the pediatrician's office just to see and track his growth. I know with our pediatrician, she has a portfolio, like a My Portfolio. You can, you know, log in. You can have an app on your phone or you can do it on the laptop and you can track their growth chart. He's moving in the right direction. Another thing that I'm doing to support baby development with my 1 month old is cycling motion with my baby's legs, just trying to build up those muscles. Even though his control kicks are a key indicator to me that he has no issues with his muscles in his legs, y'all. He's very, very strong, and I'm telling you, he has a little muscle up top. I'm like, okay, I see a little definition. So I can't wait to see more in the next month, especially as it relates to tummy time. I can tell he's putting a lot of effort into, you know, reaching for something, or if he's trying to get something closer to his mouth. We notice whenever he's in his mama-roo, he'll like lose his nook, Yes, we have a Nook baby right now. He's like, that's his soother. He loves it. It'll come out his mouth. It might be partial, or it might come out all the way. We notice like sometimes he'll try to like push his head on the side, just get, you know, kind of get it in, or oftentimes he'll try and get his hands closer to his mouth and shove it in. So is your babe yet able to put their hands to their mouth at the 1 month mark and put their Nook back in? Or if they're not doing Nooks, or do they have the itsy ritzy gloves? Because we definitely have tried that, and he doesn't really he's not there yet with the concept of the itsy ritzy mitt, but we're getting there. As it relates to feedings with babe, I am definitely breastfeeding. So obviously within the first few days of you having babe, your milk hasn't really just come in yet, and I was kind of worried because my track history with breastfeeding with Lo was kind of just like not where I wanted it to be, but it's still really early, so definitely give yourself a lot of grace, a lot of time, and a lot of patience with it. I feel that this time around I'm definitely able to enjoy the process a little bit more. I'm not as stressed. As a first time mom, you want everything to happen super immediate, super fast, and that's not the way it happens. So this go around I'm definitely taking it easy, and I am hydrating. This is a 32-ounce tumbler. I'm trying to get through maybe like 5 or 6 of these a day, if not more, and I feel like it definitely helps as it relates to promoting breast milk, you know, coming in. When you are breastfeeding or when you're pumping, you're definitely encouraging you know, milk to come in a lot more. And let me tell you, I have no issues with it, no qualms. At first, whenever he was first born, I had to go back into the hospital, so we were supplementing for maybe like a few days. That of which, not to say it didn't go well, but I was hoping that he would take back to the breast milk, that of which he had no issues with. So I'm happy about that. And like I said, with breastfeeding, he maybe feeds a little bit more than 8 times a day. For those breastfeeding mommies out there, for those formula fed babies, let me know how it's going with the formula shortage. How are you navigating through everything? Like, how are you finding it difficult to get the formula? Are you trying to breastfeed in, you know, in conjunction? I just recently started pumping a lot more, expressing a lot more, so I'm able to put a little bit more in the bottles. And like, I got the best tip from his pediatrician: pump as much as you can, and whenever nighttime falls, maybe one of those earlier hour feedings, you could probably give the dad the bottles and let them, you know, help out a little bit while you get a little bit of rest. I feel when you get a lot more rest, you can do a lot more, and you're able to pump a lot more. So yeah, let me know how that's going for you. Feeding wise, like I said, he's doing really well. It ranges in between every maybe like hour to maybe every 3 hours, just depending on when he's napping. One of the last things I'm going to go ahead and talk about with you guys is something that happened within maybe like the first 2 weeks of our baby's birth. I know this is a 1 month video, but I definitely want to throw this in here because some of you may experience it, some of you may not. So we had a baby boy. We were changing his diaper, and we noticed that there was like a reddish orange type of stain with like in the front part of his diaper where it looked like he expressed pee. And we kind of freaked out because it looked like blood. Let me tell you now, it's not. So totally normal. We talked to our pediatrician about it, and she did tell us it is what's called urate crystals, and that's basically happening because I don't want to say their pee is so concentrated at this point, but that's just basically how she explained it to us. Their urine is super concentrated in the first you know, weeks of life, and because there are so many hormones and things passing through mommy, especially when breastfeeding, baby might express it in their urine. So have you experienced anything similar? Definitely let me know in the comments box below. I look forward to seeing you guys, and I can't wait. I think I'm gonna go ahead and bring Deuce in the next video on forward. Because y'all need to see him. He's getting so big. Let me know how your baby's doing. Let me know how are you faring with breastfeeding and sleeping. I can't wait to hear from you guys. So if you have any questions out there for me, definitely drop them in the comments box below. I can't wait to hear from you. Hopefully all of you are well and COVID free. Definitely give me a like in this video if you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.